Right now, in 2026, the United States and Iran are locked in an active war. Missiles cross the Middle East, and global trade is frozen. The trigger was pulled on February 28th. A massive joint military strike by the U.S. and Israel targeted Iranian command centers, resulting in the assassination of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei. Iran responded immediately. Within hours, they fired over 500 ballistic missiles and nearly 2,000 drones at U.S. and allied military bases across the region. The United States possesses the most technologically advanced military on Earth, yet it is currently bogged down in a stalled conflict that has reached deep into global supply chains. The U.S. defense budget sits at $895 billion. Iran's is $15 to $30 billion, a 60-to-1 ratio. As American military investment remains at its peak, global oil prices and shipping costs are following a similar upward trajectory. Lining these two militaries up side by side on a spreadsheet misses the reality of this conflict. We are watching a direct collision between America's conventional supremacy and Iran's asymmetric attrition. Starting with the air domain. The U.S. military operates a fleet of over 13,300 advanced aircraft. American stealth capabilities allow these jets to operate almost invisibly against Iran's aging 1970s-era radar networks. We saw this exact capability when U.S. B-2 stealth bombers dismantled 3 Iranian nuclear sites in a single night, completely undetected. Iran's counter-strategy ignores the sky and focuses on the ground. They deploy massive swarms of cheap, low-tech drones from makeshift racks in the desert. A stealth bomber is highly effective at destroying a multi-billion-dollar nuclear facility, but it is the wrong tool to hunt down thousands of disposable drones scattered across hundreds of miles once they are airborne. Absolute tactical dominance in the air guarantees you can destroy any target you choose, but it does not prevent a decentralized, low-tech swarm from launching its retaliation. In the naval domain, the U.S. maintains overwhelming blue water superiority, anchored by 11 nuclear-powered aircraft carriers. Iran refuses to fight ship-to-ship, instead weaponizing geography at the Strait of Hormuz, a pinch point just 33 kilometers wide. Watch the shipping lanes. Over 2,000 commercial vessels are stranded, allowing Iran to choke off 20% of the world's oil. Executing this blockade cost Iran heavily. The U.S. Navy sank the Iranian frigate IRS Dena, and U.S. assessments now classify Iran's conventional navy as combat ineffective. Yet, even without major warships, Iran operates over 230 fast-attack boats. These small vessels are actively extorting safe passage fees and holding international shipping hostage. Iran is entirely willing to sacrifice its larger naval vessels if it means successfully injecting severe economic instability into the global market. On land, Iran relies on its primary offensive tool, an arsenal of over 3,000 ballistic missiles, the largest stockpile in the Middle East. They employ saturation attacks, firing hundreds of projectiles simultaneously to overwhelm American air defense systems positioned in Bahrain, Qatar, and the UAE. These volleys have successfully penetrated Allied defenses, inflicting heavy damage on Kuwait's international airport and Saudi Arabia's core oil infrastructure. The U.S. military responded aggressively, systematically eliminating 2/3 of Iran's domestic missile and drone production facilities. This network map illustrates the countermeasure. While the U.S. fields a centralized military of 1.39 million active troops, Iran exports the war outward, utilizing decentralized proxy networks across Iraq, Yemen, and Lebanon. In Lebanon alone, Hezbollah forces have independently fired over 3,500 missiles at Israel, creating a severe secondary conflict zone with rising casualties. By pushing its missile capabilities into these proxy networks, Iran triggers a multi-front regional firestorm. They exhaust Allied air defenses and resources while keeping the fighting outside their own borders. This military reality is driving the current diplomatic gridlock. The U.S. is proposing peace deals. Israel is vowing to completely destroy Iran's nuclear capabilities, and Iranian officials are issuing counterdemands for war reparations. This split-screen scorecard explains why the two sides cannot align. On the left side, using conventional metrics, the U.S. is clearly winning. They have eliminated Iran's supreme leader, destroyed the nuclear sites, and neutralized the conventional navy. On the right side, using asymmetric metrics, Iran is achieving its goals. They closed major shipping lanes, spiked global energy costs, and inflicted hundreds of casualties on U.S. personnel. The strategies are completely opposed. The American objective is to inflict such overwhelming physical destruction that the adversary is forced into a rapid diplomatic surrender. The Iranian objective is to maximize friction. They aim to make the economic fallout and the political cost so heavy that the American public ultimately loses the patience to continue funding the war. Measuring a conflict like this purely by comparing defense budgets, stealth aircraft, or ship counts leads directly to strategic miscalculation. When a conventionally supreme military engages an enemy built for asymmetric attrition, the outcome is rarely decided by who has the most firepower. It is decided by who can endure the cost the longest.